Many people believe procrastination happens because they are lazy, but Japanese minimalist thinking suggests a different perspective. Often, the real problem is not the task itself, but the mental weight we attach to it. When a task feels large, complicated, or exhausting, the brain naturally searches for something easier and more comfortable to do. This creates a cycle where important responsibilities are continuously postponed. The longer the delay continues, the heavier the task begins to feel. Eventually, even simple work can appear overwhelming and difficult to begin. One practical method inspired by Japanese simplicity is reducing every task to a version that takes only 2 minutes to start. Instead of telling yourself to write an entire report, focus only on opening the document and writing the first sentence. Instead of planning to exercise for an hour, commit to putting on your workout clothes and doing one movement. The goal is not immediate completion, but creating momentum. Starting removes much of the resistance that exists before action begins. Once movement starts, continuing becomes significantly easier. This approach reflects a core minimalist principle: eliminate unnecessary complexity. Successful people often do not rely on motivation to appear at the perfect moment. They make starting so easy that resistance has no opportunity to grow. By lowering the entry barrier, you train your mind to associate action with simplicity rather than stress. Over time, this habit reduces procrastination because beginning no longer feels like a major challenge. The focus shifts from finishing perfectly to simply taking the first small step forward. Modern life constantly encourages people to divide their attention. Notifications, emails, social media, and endless streams of information compete for focus every minute of the day. Japanese minimalist thinking takes the opposite approach by emphasizing the value of doing one thing at a time. When attention is scattered across multiple tasks, mental energy is drained much faster. As a result, even simple responsibilities begin to feel overwhelming. This mental overload often leads to procrastination because the brain struggles to decide where to start. A practical solution is to identify the single most important task and give it your full attention for a specific period. Instead of creating a long list of responsibilities, choose one clear objective and work on it without interruption. During this time, unnecessary distractions are removed from the environment. Phones are placed out of reach, extra browser tabs are closed, and unrelated tasks are temporarily ignored. This creates a calm workspace where the mind can focus on meaningful progress. With fewer decisions to make, mental resistance decreases significantly. The minimalist mindset recognizes that productivity is not about doing more things at once. It is about completing important work with clarity and intention. When attention is concentrated on a single objective, progress becomes visible much faster. Small achievements create motivation, which naturally encourages continued action. Over time, the habit of single tasking reduces stress and improves confidence because important projects no longer feel chaotic. Instead of being pulled in multiple directions, you learn to move steadily forward, one task at a time, with greater consistency and purpose. Japanese minimalism places great importance on the influence of the environment. Many people assume procrastination is purely a problem of discipline, but the spaces around us often shape our behavior more than we realize. A cluttered desk, constant notifications, and easy access to distractions create countless opportunities to avoid important work. Every unnecessary object or interruption competes for attention and drains mental energy. When the environment is filled with distractions, staying focused requires far more effort than it should. One effective strategy is to design your surroundings so that productive actions become easier and distractions become harder. If you want to read more, keep a book within reach and place your phone farther away. If you need to work on a project, prepare your workspace before the session begins. Remove items that are unrelated to the task and keep only the tools you actually need. This simple adjustment reduces decision fatigue and helps the mind transition into a state of concentration more quickly. The fewer obstacles between you and the task, the more likely you are to begin immediately. Minimalist environments encourage purposeful action because they reduce mental noise. Instead of constantly resisting distractions, you create conditions where focus happens naturally. This approach conserves willpower and makes productive behavior feel more effortless. Over time, your surroundings begin to reinforce positive habits automatically. The workspace itself becomes a reminder of your priorities and goals. By intentionally shaping your environment, You make progress the easiest option available, which greatly reduces the tendency to procrastinate and delay important responsibilities. One of the most common causes of procrastination is the belief that the right moment has not arrived yet. Many people tell themselves they will begin when they have more energy, more time, better equipment, or a stronger sense of motivation. Japanese minimalist thinking challenges this mindset by emphasizing action over perfection. Waiting for ideal conditions often becomes a hidden excuse for postponing meaningful work. Days turn into weeks, and opportunities are missed because the perfect moment never actually appears. Progress remains stuck while expectations continue to grow. A more effective approach is to start with the resources and circumstances you already have. Instead of focusing on what is missing, focus on what is available right now. The first version of a project does not need to be perfect. The first workout does not need to be intense. The first step only needs to exist. Taking imperfect action creates real movement, while endless preparation creates only the illusion of progress. Small efforts made today are far more valuable than flawless plans that remain unfinished. Minimalism teaches that simplicity often leads to greater consistency. When you release the need for perfect timing and perfect execution, tasks become less intimidating. You begin to see progress as a process rather than a single flawless performance. Each small action builds confidence and generates momentum for the next step. Over time, this mindset reduces hesitation because you no longer depend on ideal circumstances to move forward. Instead of waiting for a better moment, you learn to make the present moment productive, which is one of the most powerful ways to overcome procrastination. Japanese minimalist philosophy often emphasizes steady progress rather than dramatic transformation. Many people procrastinate because they focus entirely on the final goal, which can appear distant and intimidating. When success feels far away, motivation tends to fade quickly. The mind begins to view the journey as too difficult or too long. As a result, important tasks are postponed repeatedly. What starts as a small delay can eventually become a habit of avoiding meaningful action altogether. A more sustainable approach is to focus on achieving small wins every day. These victories do not need to be impressive or life-changing. Completing a page of writing, organizing a workspace, reading a few pages of a book, or finishing one important task can all count as progress. Each completed action provides evidence that you are moving forward. These small accomplishments create a sense of achievement that strengthens motivation naturally. Instead of chasing massive results, you learn to value consistent effort and gradual improvement. Over time, small daily wins accumulate into significant change. The power of this method comes from repetition rather than intensity. Every day you take action, you reinforce the identity of someone who follows through on commitments. This builds confidence and reduces the fear associated with larger goals. Minimalism encourages focusing on the next manageable step instead of becoming overwhelmed by the entire journey. When progress becomes a daily habit, procrastination loses much of its influence. The result is a calmer, more focused approach to productivity that creates lasting results through consistency rather than pressure. Procrastination is often seen as a problem that can be solved with more motivation, more discipline, or more pressure. However, the Japanese minimalist approach offers a different perspective. Instead of forcing yourself to work harder, it focuses on removing the unnecessary obstacles that make action difficult in the first place. By simplifying your tasks, your environment, and your expectations, you reduce the resistance that keeps you stuck. Progress becomes less about willpower and more about creating conditions that naturally support action. The methods explored in this video share a common principle. Small, consistent actions are more powerful than occasional bursts of motivation. Starting with a 2-minute task, focusing on one thing at a time, creating a distraction-free environment, letting go of perfection, and celebrating small daily wins all help build momentum. These habits may appear simple, but their impact grows over time. Every small step strengthens your ability to take action, even when you do not feel motivated. Consistency gradually replaces hesitation, making productivity feel more natural and sustainable. The goal is not to become perfectly productive every day. The goal is to make progress, no matter how small, and continue moving forward. Japanese minimalism teaches that meaningful change is often the result of simple actions repeated consistently over time. When you stop waiting for the perfect moment and begin focusing on the next achievable step, procrastination starts to lose its power. In the end, success is rarely built through dramatic breakthroughs. It is built through small actions performed consistently, one day at a time.